The irony of Plato being more airy and Aristotle being more down to earth, except then that when the word comes to a definitive idea, it seems like it rests in Plato's realm, and words are always a scramble to elude from them in Aristotle's, even though he is more grounded in realities. So then we grasp pictures almost that these characters mimic things which have given us stories before, as reality itself is a proof that emotion exists. And if these people did exist, then is it too far to say that their personalities were like things that we've heard of in stories? So is Plato like Zeus, and is Aristotle seemingly like Prometheus running around spreading fires? Are they in some form of connection, like Coulomb's law, where the sky touches the earth and exactly what it touches in detail then allows there to be a reaction of this story that perpetuates itself, this embodiment of being, of separate and connected natures? I almost think that by way of reading this journal, one could formulate a good gist as to what the basis for good observation and general reasoning, which itself is questioning. I think I could further add to this by saying this, which I think is an observation of these observations, almost as if the dialogue creates the idea of a gist itself. When does a thing matter and not, which itself is at the core of the fundamental principles of all things? Stated basically, but stated in a wiser manner, questions a thing's actuality of being along different lines, where the idea that they are promoting is a sort of conversation that follows a thing in observation to focus on an object. How far this conversation goes is a matter itself, and if this is applied, it could certainly be called a strategy if there are competing dialogues to ascertain different focuses, and someone who applied this well could then be a strategist. Getting the gist of it now? The gist is going around a thing, and the place is what holds a thing, each to be studied at their own pace, where in this case, it should make a thing obvious. And while it may be inappropriate to say that this level of detail does much, except allows a thing to stay in focus of an object long enough to think about how to act, which we can then say done well by sorts of thinking, it can certainly be a talent to see how things could be different. And if well executed, then the idea of change is basic. And if there ever was a talent that could be worked with all the facets of the world, it would be ideas, and how someone has them, which could be as simple as what you surround yourself with. And what are ideas but an aesthetic? And then talent becomes a choice seen by competition, which not only makes it more defensible, as it is then counted as an opinion on the matter. Otherwise, things will be tested, and the only real measure is the test of time, by which we know of things only after the matter, which allows there to be fear. What though is chance, but a genuine proof that our emotion and therefore we are real, and then forever.